James Thomas. Jimmy Fallon is an American television host, comedian, actor, singer, musician and producer. He currently hosts The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, a late-night talk show that airs on NBC. Prior to that, he appeared in several films, and was best known as a cast member on Saturday Night Live from 1998 to 2004, and the host of Late Night with Jimmy Fallon from 2009 to 2014. On April 3, 2013, NBC announced that Fallon would replace Jay Leno as host of The Tonight Show at the conclusion of the 2014 Winter Olympics. Fallon said, "It will be the same show as Late Night, I'm not going to change anything. It's more eyeballs watching, but it's the same show." Early life: Fallon was born in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn, New York, and is the son of Gloria and James W. Fallon, who is a Vietnam War veteran. His family settled in Saugerties, New York, while his father worked at IBM, in nearby Kingston, New York. His ancestry is 5/8 Irish, 2/8 German, and 1/8 Norwegian. His paternal grandmother, Luz Schaller, was from Osterholz-Scharmbeck, Germany, while one of his maternal great-grandfathers, Hans Hovelsson, was an emigrant from Fredrikstad, Norway. As a child, he and his older sister, Gloria, would reenact the clean parts of Saturday Night Live that his parents had taped for him. Fallon was such a fan that he made a weekly event of watching the show in his dormitory during college. In his teens, he impressed his parents with different impersonations, the first being of James Cuney. He also imitated Dana Carvey. He was also musically inclined, and started playing guitar at age 13. He would go on to perform comedy and music in contests and shows. Education: Fallon attended St. Mary of the Snow, a Roman Catholic elementary school in Saugerties, and later graduated from Saugerties High School in 1992. He then attended the College of St. Rose in Albany, New York. He was a computer science major, but switched to communications in his senior year, dropping out a semester shy of a degree. "I was a computer science major. I got out once it got really hard. I made it up to C++. Then I couldn't do the math, it got really confusing. I switched to communications, which is a ridiculous major, let's be honest," he recalls. On May 9, 2009, Fallon received a B.A. in communications and an honorary degree from the College of St. Rose after presenting college officials with his portfolio which satisfied all requisites for his degree. In addition to receiving a B.A., Fallon spoke at the school's 86th commencement. That night, he held up his diploma during the closing of Saturday Night Live. Career: stand-up: Fallon gives credit to troll dolls for his big break. He was given a troll doll with a graduation cap in his senior year of high school. His mother heard about an impression contest at Bananas Comedy Club in Poughkeepsie, New York. Fallon came up with a stand-up routine that was a commercial for troll dolls. He would impersonate various celebrities auditioning to be the spokesperson. He won the contest, and after college he began to do stand-up tours. When he was in Los Angeles, he took improv classes with the Groundlings. Early work: Fallon appeared in the feature film The Scheme. His one line in Father's Day was cut, but he can still be seen in the background. In 1998, Fallon appeared briefly on the show Spin City in the second season as a man selling photographs. By late 1998, Fallon was studying at the Groundlings Theater in Los Angeles, making $7.50 a set at the Improv Theater, when he was summoned to New York to audition for the long-running late-night sketch comedy show, Saturday Night Live. Fallon did his impersonations of Jerry Seinfeld, French Stewart, Pat O'Brien, Chris Rock, Hilary Swank, Gilbert Gottfried, Enrique Iglesias, Keanu Reeves, Dennis Miller, Adam Sandler, Jeff Foxworthy, Eddie Murphy, and Larry the Cable Guy. Fallon also did musical impersonations of Bono of U2, Adam Duritz of Counting Crows, Alanis Morissette, and Robert Smith of The Cure. Saturday Night Live: Fallon's impersonations helped land him on Saturday Night Live as a featured player in the 1998 to Euro 1999 season, and he was promoted to full cast member in the summer of 1999. Among his signature bits were his song parodies, which he performed when Colin Quinn was doing Update and continued to showcase on special occasions after he had replaced him. He became co-anchor of Weekend Update with Tina Fey with the October 7, 2000, season premiere. Fallon left SNL in 2004 and began pursuing a film career. Fallon returned to SNL, hosting the December 17, 2011, episode, having made several cameos in episodes in the years following his departure. His performance hosting SNL earned him a Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Guest Actor in a Comedy Series. Recurring characters: Dave, a young man in the Will Ferrell-Rachel Dratch recurring sketch, The Lovers, often used as a pawn in Roger and Virginia's matchmaking. Jarrett, a stoner who hosts his own internet webcam show. Jeffries Clark, one of the clerks of an upscale department store. Joey Mack, an obnoxious radio DJ who mocks his celebrity guests by mimicking a full station of people on his own. Kip Bloder, brother to Chris Parnell's Wade Bloder. The Leatherman, an intense man who owns a shop filled with leather clothes. Nick Burns, a sarcastic tech support representative who helps office workers with computer problems. He frequently used the catchphrase "move" when ousting people from their desks so he could fix the problem. Pat Sullivan, nicknamed Sully, one of the Boston teens, boyfriend of Rachel Dratch's Denise character. Patrick Fitzwilliam, a surly Irishman who hosts a show called Top o' the Morning with his friend, William Fitzpatrick. Randy Goldman, from Wake Up Wakefield, Megan's crush who does not know she exists. Rodney the Zipper Calzoon, the MC at the Rialto Grand. C++ or Guadalupe Ramirez, one of the guitar players on the recurring sketch, The How Do You Say? Ah Yes, show with Antonio Banderas. Wade, one of the members of the boy band 7 Degrees Celsius. Barry Gibb, in a skit called The Barry Gibb Talk Show, he hosts along with his brother Robin Gibb. Carson Daly, whom he impersonated with the catchphrase "I am a massive tool." Pat O'Brien, who doesn't breathe through his nose ever. Late Night with Jimmy Fallon. Fallon succeeded fellow SNL alumnus Conan O'Brien as the host of NBC's Late Night after O'Brien left the show to prepare to take over The Tonight Show from Jay Leno in 2009. The deal for the long-expected succession was confirmed April 24, 2008, with an official announcement made on May 12, 2008, at NBC's upfront presentation. The official press conference was released on Hulu.com. The show, titled Late Night with Jimmy Fallon, first aired on March 2, 2009, with guests Robert De Niro, Justin Timberlake, Nick Carter, and musical guest Van Morrison. Guests on the show's first week included Tina Fey, John Bon Jovi, Cameron Diaz, Donald Trump, and Drew Barrymore. Late Night sometimes features parodies by Fallon impersonating various musicians, and he has been praised for his ability to pull off spot-on impressions. Fallon often changes the lyrics to honor a recent event in popular culture, and videos of these performances tend to go viral. In one segment, on May 26, 2011, Fallon impersonated Neil Young, singing along with guests Graham Nash and David Crosby, of Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. Recent parodies include Fallon impersonating Eddie Vedder and Pearl Jam performing Jeremy in light of the hysteria surrounding New York Knicks shocking standout Jeremy Lin, The Doors singing the theme song to the PBS children's show Reading Rainbow, Neil Young's version of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air theme song, and David Bowie's Space Oddity with inspiration by Denver Broncos quarterback Tim Tebow. First appearing in January 2012, and dubbing himself as Bowie, Fallon's impersonation of the famously religious quarterback went viral. Due to overwhelmingly positive acclaim from the public, Fallon revived the act on March 20, 2012, after the Denver Broncos acquired superstar quarterback Peyton Manning, and revealed their intentions to trade Tebow. Fallon continues to do impersonations, particularly of famous singers, in some of the show's comedy segments. To celebrate the second anniversary on March 2, 2011, Ben & Jerry's launched a personalized late-night snack ice cream. This was immediately parodied on The Colbert Report the next day, and the latter's host Stephen Colbert engaged in a brief ice cream personality war with Fallon. Colbert used numerous fecal matter jokes to describe the flavor of the ice cream named after Fallon. On November 21, 2011, U.S. Representative Michelle Bachmann, who was active in the Republican presidential primaries at the time, appeared as a guest on Late Night. As she walked onto the set, the Roots played a song by Fishbone, titled Lioness Bitch, humming the lyrics. Hours earlier, drummer Amir Questlove Thompson had sent a tweet about the song choice. Late Night Walkin's song Devotees, you love it when we snark, this next one takes the cake. Ask around cause I ain't tweeting title. Sick after a prominent Democratic congresswoman complained, Fallon made a general apology by tweet. Fallon began his tweet with the words, I'm honored that Michaela Bachmann was on our show yesterday and I'm so sorry about the intro mess. Fallon also used his Twitter account to tease Questlove that he was grounded. As of August 2013, Fallon was earning a salary of $11 million a year for his work on Late Night. In January 2014, Fallon performed, along with Springsteen himself, a parody of Springsteen's hit song Born to Run, which mocked New Jersey Governor Chris Christie and his alleged role in the Fort Lee lane closure scandal. The Tonight Show, on April 3, 2013, following a period of speculation, NBC officially announced that Fallon would succeed Jay Leno as the host of The Tonight Show following the 2014 Winter Olympics. February 2014, Jimmy Fallon's debut of The Tonight Show on NBC's network engaged 11.3 million viewers, making it the most viewed late-night show in the past few years. Other work: Fallon appeared in Taxi, Anything Else, Almost Famous, Fever Pitch, Band of Brothers, Dougal, Factory Girl and Whip It. He occasionally does stand-up comedy in New York City and has also performed at the House of Blues in Boston, Massachusetts, on occasions. In 2002, Fallon released the comedy album The Bathroom Wall. In a mixed review, Rolling Stone praised the album's songs, calling the album the second-best Prince parody ever, after Beck's Deborah. However, the magazine panned the album's comedy routines, ultimately giving it 2 out of 5 stars. The album was nominated for a Grammy in 2003 for Best Spoken Comedy Album. Fallon co-hosted the 2001 MTV Movie Awards with Kirsten Dunst on June 7, 2001. Fallon has played Neo in Sex and the Matrix, a comedic 2-in-1 parody of Sex and the City and the Matrix. He hosted the 2002 MTV Video Music Awards alone that year. His opening number included parodies of videos by Eminem, Avril Lavigne, Nelly, The White Stripes, Dave Matthews and Enrique Iglesias. Also in 2002, Fallon appeared in The Rutles 2, Can't Buy Me Lunch as the son of Melvin Hall, and constantly pesters his father, often stealing his mic, claiming that the film is his documentary. Fallon also hosted the 2005 MTV Movie Awards and played Anakin Skywalker in a comedic parody of Star Wars Episode III, Revenge of the Sith's Mustafar scene, in which Anakin and Padme have their last conversation. Fallon was named one of People magazine's 50 Most Beautiful People in 2002, an honor Fallon found embarrassing. Following the Boston Red Sox's World Series clinching game over the St. Louis Cardinals in 2004, Fallon ran onto the field at Busch Stadium with Drew Barrymore to film a scene for their film Fever Pitch. In 2006, Fallon starred in Spontaneous Combustion, a tractor-directed Pepsi television commercial with actress Parker Posey. In the ad, Fallon and Posey can be seen dancing and jumping around to the song Streamline by Newton. In October of that year, Fallon appeared on stage in The Secret Policeman's Ball, a charity gig filmed to raise awareness of Amnesty International at the Royal Albert Hall. Fallon made 3 appearances during the show, the first in a sketch in which he performed impressions of people such as David Bowie, Jerry Seinfeld and David Blaine in order to get past a doorman who claims Fallon is not on the list. The doorman finally recognizes him for his role in Taxi, but still will not let him in. He later masqueraded as Russell Brand before being led off by Williamson, and made one final appearance in a cameo role as the front of a pantomime horse in the Al Murray pub landlord routine. He also provided the voice of Dylan in Dougal. In 2007, Fallon wrote the song Car Wash for Peace, and donated all proceeds to charity. He performed the song on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno and The View and dedicated a MySpace page to the cause. Around the same time, a video circulated on various internet sites called Lonely Fallon 32, in which Fallon parodied YouTube celebrity Jessica Rose and later performed the song. Fallon, along with his sister Gloria, wrote I Hate This Place, The Pessimist's Guide to Life for TV Books in 1999. A second book is anticipated but has not yet been released, to be titled I Hate This Place Too, Tokyo Drift. Fallon has also written a children's book, illustrated by Adam Stewart, entitled Snowball Fight. Fallon also appeared on Dick Nation's 185th show. On May 4, 2010, NBC announced that Fallon would host the 62nd Primetime Emmy Awards. With Fallon as host, viewership of the 2010 Emmy Awards increased by over 200,000 viewers from the year before. On April 24, 2012, Jimmy Fallon filmed his live show in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, on the campus of the University of North Carolina. His guest was President Barack Obama, who spoke primarily about Congress potentially doubling the interest rates of student loans. His musical guest was Dave Matthews. On June 9, 2012, he guest-hosted American Top 40 with Ryan Seacrest. On June 12, 2012, Fallon released his second comedy album, Blow Your Pants Off. Most of the songs come from his late-night impersonations, such as Bowie and Neil Young. The album is also notable for its guest appearances, which include Stephen Colbert, Eddie Vedder, Bruce Springsteen, Paul McCartney, Justin Timberlake, Dave Matthews, Big and Rich, and newscaster Brian Williams. The album won a Grammy in 2013 for Best Comedy Album. In an interview with American Songwriter, Fallon stated that any comedy album that has Justin Timberlake, Paul McCartney, Eddie Vedder, Dave Matthews, Bruce Springsteen that's pretty crazy. If I was 15-year-old me, I would be like, oh my god, this is awesome. Though I'd probably be like, who's Dave Matthews? Because he doesn't exist yet. Fallon is the creator and one of the executive producers of Guys with Kids, part of NBC's 2012 13 television schedule. Personal life: Fallon married film producer Nancy Giovannon, co-owner of production company Flower Films, on December 22, 2007. Fallon and Giovannon have one child, a daughter, born in 2013 via gestational surrogacy. He has a female English cream golden retriever dog named Gary Frick that has appeared on Late Night with Jimmy Fallon. On February 22, 2011, Fallon was on The Driver's Show and had a mole removed from his left hand in front of a live studio audience by visiting cosmetic surgeon Arthur Perry. Fallon is Catholic and, as a child, wanted to eventually become a priest. Filmography: film, television, as executive producer, as writer, discography, albums, The Bathroom Wall DreamWorks Records, Blow Your Pants Off Warner Brothers Records, singles, Idiot Boyfriend, Car Wash for Peace, Drunk on Christmas, awards and nominations. See also, List of Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon episodes, List of Late Night with Jimmy Fallon episodes, references. External links: Jimmy Fallon at the Internet Movie Database, NBC's official Late Night with Jimmy Fallon site.